Hello and welcome to the messed up. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to build a fire. So in the last video, I've covered how to make this coal, and we have used the mass FD plugin. So let's see the video first and let's understand how the things are working. So let's play here. So if you look at the animation, you will see the fire rises from from the middle point and then it goes upward. So it is actually coming from all of the points. These are at these points you will see the less fire because coal is actually covering those locations. And the next constraint will be to limit the fire height, it is not crossing this particular height. So let's go. So the first thing which I will do is actually to standard primitives. I will make a box. I am actually using a box as a source for the fire. Let me go to the orthographic view. Let's just go to the center. Okay, it's fine. Now the next thing is building up blocks. So this size is fine. For the height, I'm okay with 4 centimeters, 3 to 4, and let's bring it up so that fire can come easily out. You can actually use these coal blocks for the source of fire, but I'm using this one. So let's go next. Next thing is I am making fire using a Phoenix FD plugin that you are seeing here. It is available on Chaos Group website. I will put up a link in the description. You can use it, and they give a 30-day trial version so that you can also use it. So let's first define our fire source. You can define the fire source from here. Just drag it. Now let's bring this guy here. Now this 963 is our box. So yes, open up the fire, go to the edit mode and add your emitter node, which is 963, block number 963. Let's see whether okay, it's added. Now there are a few parameters which actually I'm not going to mess up with anything here. Everything is fine. Yes, it's fine. Now the next thing which I will add is the turbulence, so that my fire is not like a static one. You can find it in helper and phx turbulence. Just drag and drop. I will leave everything here on the default. You can actually change the values if you want. Now the next thing is actually defining the area where we want to actually simulate the fire. So to do that, click here and let's define it, and just drag it around the place and rotate it. Choose the required height. It's okay. So this will be the area where simulation will take place. So let's edit few properties of this particular our simulation area. So to do that, just click on it, go to the modify. So let's do a quick render before we do anything. Let's just simulate. To simulate, you can click on here, and so here let's expand our timeline first. You can do that. I want it to be 300. First 100 for the mass effects plugin for the coal, and the next 200 for the burning. And one more change before the first simulation is adaptive grid set to temperature. Yes. Okay, let's see how it's working. You can simulate from here. Okay, there is a problem, that is it starts burning at the 0. You can clear the data from here. Now I want the burning to start from the timeline, that is 100. It will burn from 100 to 300. Let's define a range, put it to 100, and now start the simulation and wait. It will happen. Now I can see the fire has actually started. So now we're gonna just wait and watch and see like what are the things that we have to change. Okay, the fire is rising and we have to see like how much height is this covering. We'll have to limit it because our chimneys will be here, and I won't allow it like to go more than 5 to 6 centimeters above the chimney. So it's still going. No, it's not gonna stop. So let's stop the simulation before it goes out of reach. So let's select it again, and now there's a one thing that you can do. Okay, let's just, yes, there's a one thing that you can do is actually, let's see the option first. The first option is actually for the resolution. Like you can decide the cell size here. The more number of cells that you will be using, the more accuracy you will get, but the computation power will increase. That will make more time. So I will stick to this particular point, and now these are the points where you can constraint actually, like this is a x-axis, so you can define actually if the fire can penetrate through the particular x direction wall or not. But I want the z negative jammed or along the z negative, so the fire won't go below this particular block. So we're fine with that. The next thing is adaptive grid. I want the grid to be changed as the fire increases, and the threshold is the amount that you allow, like how much above the fire can go. So I won't be constraining the fire height using this option. I will use this option where it is found. Okay, it is in dynamics. So I will constrain the height using the cooling option. So the fire is actually cooling. What it is like, if you have a fire, so fire will end at the place where it actually gets cools off. You will see no fire at the place. So I'm putting a random value like 0.1 here, and let's start the simulation. Then we will tweak the cooling value so that we can get an effective height. So the fire has started. So actually we can speed up the simulation time using that by decreasing actually the cell size, no increasing the cell size. So if you want the simulation to take less time, you can increase the cell size. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, it's in a zone that it is okay. I'm okay with this height. Now you can see it is not going above this height, and which is actually fine. It's fine, actually it's fine. So we're kind of done with the fire here because okay, it's getting too much height. We can limit the height again by, let's just pause it and increase the cooling value here. I'm going to tweak two parameters here. The first parameter will be actually, let's go to the fire first. I want to increase the velocity here. Outgoing velocity to be like, make it 50 centimeters. And let's change the fire cooling time, which is Phoenix FD fire. It will be in dynamics, yes. So I want cooling to be more because let's make it 0.13. Now let's simulate. So I have increased the velocity and I have speed up the cooling time, so it will cool faster, so we'll have a lesser height than the last one. So it's rising. You can find a lot of great tutorials on Phoenix FD on their website. It's really a cool plugin. You should go through this one. And you cannot just play with the fire. There are other things like liquid and all. You can play with it. That's a good one. So the height is in okay range. I'm okay with this height. If it doesn't go more, I'm fine with this one. Let's change our view here. It's violent. Actually, I think we will have to increase our value here, cooling time, because the height is too much to handle. Select this one, press delete. So in the end, you will find a value where you can rest. So for the last time, let's change our values. Let's make it 0.2. Let's make it 0.2. You can tweak all of this if you want. So I think I've got the value here, because you can see when it reaches the top, it then decreases, then it reaches the top, then the actually flow comes down, and I'm fine with that. So I got this value at the velocity of 5, and you can see the value which I took for the cooling time is 0.1. actually it worked. So in the next video I will tell you about how you can make the chimney, and in how you can export your keyshot, the 3ds Max file into the keyshot. See you in the next video.